Actually, no, Brooklyn Nets. What's up, everyone? Let me get right into it. Thank you so much again. I wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart before we start the watch along. Guys, we're awesome. This is our first year moving over to the playback. Happy Sunday fun day to everyone. The final game of the regular season. This is going to be our 4th year doing the Knicks watch along. Very successful because of you guys. Everyone that follow us here on the playback from the YouTube platform. Yes, we sporadically do some watch alongs on the YouTube app whenever I'm not doing other content simultaneously. But the playback has been phenomenal. Thank you for those that trust us, that follow us, that support us, myself, Chef Dan, Austin, and the rest of the folks that are part of the Sports JEDI network, for you guys coming over to the playback and moving over and still following us on YouTube. Appreciate you guys on YouTube. We're about 50 subscribers away from 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's been a fun Knicks season. It's been a great Knicks season, regardless of the fact that they're not playing well. At the end of the season, that's the ups and downs, the high tides and low tides, as being a fan of a sporting team. But with that said, I just wanted to take this few seconds to thank you guys for a successful season where we had over 70 plus games on the playback. Give and take, a couple West Coast trips that we didn't do, but it was fun. It's been fun. It's going to continue to be fun. Now we got a playoff run to go. Let's not limit our teams. Remember, there is authority in our tongues and our voices. Don't limit the Knicks. Say, you know what? If they play their game, if they play what they're capable of, winning basketball, fundamental basketball, they're going to go on a deep, deep playoff run. That's the power of positivity, or the power of the tongue. Don't limit the Knicks. I'm a firm believer on that. But with that said, let's get into watch along. Salute everyone. Welcome to the Sports JEDI Network, Return to the Knicks podcast. Happy Sunday fun day. We got Jody Davison. Salute Mr. Davison. It's in the chat. Mr. Steve Feltlight. What's up, Mr. Steve? Isaac Delgado as well. Krista Flash. What's up, Krista Flash? Joining us, watching along. Salute to you. Let's go. Awesome, and have fun on that J Balvin concert. We got Dizzy, 2-time a member. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. I'm going to bring in the game. If you need a final game of the season, if you need a pass, all you got to do is let me know, and I'll get you the NBA pass for this game to watch it on VIP and join us. I do a little bit of play-by-play because I'm streaming also on YouTube, Rumba, Twitch, Kick, X. I mean, where am I not where our voices heard? Let's have fun. We want to hear from you. It's a two-way talk. Again, Jody, if you want to come on and say a few words throughout the game, this is like a fan of channel appreciation of everyone. Come and join us. Come on. If you keep the camera off, if you like, keep your camera on if you want. It don't matter. I would love to personally thank you. I know you're hearing me thank you, but have a dialect throughout the game. Everyone, it's open for everyone that wants to come on. Please, all you got to do is request, and I'm more than happy to bring you on and have that conversation. Or thank you personally. Appreciate everyone, because without you guys watching along with us, it's nothing. It's like I'm gonna sit in the closet and talk to myself. But you guys watch along, you guys support, you guys view, you guys communicate back and forth with me, and it makes this fun. It makes it fun, and it makes it so exciting and looking forward to must-do Knick games. 82 of these bad boys. It's awesome. This is awesome. Oh, Sunday fun day. Didn't go on the playback. No, I didn't go on the playback Friday. I mentioned it and while in the middle of the game, I was watching. I had the game on the playback. I was on the playback, but not live. I wish I would have told you guys, if you guys wanted to jump on stage just to watch the game without going live, we would have had that done, because I was doing SmackDown. I wish I would have done this game knowing that next week is WrestleMania weekend, and I'm going to be so occupied with that. I should have done that game, that final home game at Madison Square Garden for the regular season. But nevertheless, I think we would have got frustrated the way the Knicks squandered a big lead. Something that is uncharacteristic with the New York Knicks as they're doing the national anthem there. So I'm just giving you my thoughts. Uncharacteristics of the New York Knicks and the Tom Thibodeau team since he's been head coach of this franchise. Usually the Knicks team finish off strong to close out the season. They start peaking or play their best basketball to close out their season. This is the opposite here with the Knicks, and most of us could make that case and argument or debate that this is the most talented Knicks team that they have with the scoring, the two-time All Stars on their roster. You know, borderline about to be on a mega All Star in OG Anunoby, Mikel. That was so weird. That was so weird. I don't know what happened there. So I apologize. Lately, technology's been acting weird from Wi-Fi to streaming. Something is like up in the air when it comes to this technology. So it's not my computer. It's with all these streaming platforms. Yesterday we had an issue. Today, you just saw that little hiccup. Hopefully, that's not something that's going to happen. Apologize for that for a moment. I was in the middle of my thoughts that the Knicks have not finished off strong, and they have a two-time All-Star. You know, 1-2 punch that if you put a 2-1-2 punch against anyone in the league, you're like, holy crap, this is a good team. So it's interesting to see what the Knicks going into the postseason. I think the team got bored in the regular season. I hate. I know that's just you putting excuses, Jedi. Maybe, hopefully, I am. Hopefully, it's just excuse. You know, hopefully, it's not. Hopefully, they back me up and they go out there and take care of business in the first round. Look, everybody in the NBA, all the people on BSPN and all the non-Knicks fans say that the Knicks are going to be one and done in the postseason. I got to see that. This team has been through the fire with Brunson, Hart. Um, We'll see what happens against these. But everyone, Detroit is a hungry team. Detroit is an extremely hungry team. They want to get going. They have a good coach. They got something to prove. They have a season to rump. Yeah, it's the Steve felt like I like it. It says the Trump tariffs. Maybe because my goodness, I mean, yeah, who knows? I mean, we had a good stream going on yesterday with the UFC, and boom, it just stopped. One of the rare things. So I don't know if it's getting a little difficult to stream on all these platforms, but hey, we're having fun. And then it prompts people to come out of the woodwork. I know Steph Bondi wrote a piece talked about Stan Van Gundy talking about the Knicks fans that they're a bunch of front running fans. I made a poll. I asked you to a question. They're front running fans that they love. They're love with their team when things are going well, but they boo the teams off the floor when they're not playing well, and not a crowd that focus on lifting you up. Do you agree with his comments? I made a poll on X as well as Facebook as well as the playback, where you of course, and I ask you to do you agree, disagree, or you go tell him to go f himself. So your thoughts there. I would love to hear that. Jose Mello, man, what's up? It's been a long time, brother. Hope you're doing well. I sent a couple emails out to you through our new platform, Jose. We could watch the baseball games, Jose. So, and whenever you're ready, man, I definitely would love to see if you able to join me and do watch alongs where we can see the games, not just at our home. I could actually show it on the playback. I got a new platform, and definitely, Jose, I was had you in mind for watch along because you are a great baseball fan on it. I also mentioned that as well for Chris, but Chris is doing his thing in his own channel, up and running. And by the way, have fun in that JEDI concert, my friend. And I definitely want to see someone who wants to join me for some Yankee watch-alongs, man. As the starting lineups are getting fulfilled, and oh god, here we go. You know what? I'm seeing the playoff matchup. Oh, Tucker's a starter. So no, all right. So no Carl Anthony Towns. So it's going to be Payne, McBride, Bridges, Tucker, and Achua. All their starting five for the Knicks. No Brunson out. Delgado, what's going on? Oh, it's Delgado's going to the J Bobby concert. I read it backwards. I gotta have my glasses. It's you that's going to the J Barbie concert, not Chris. All right, Chris. All right. Hey, I was trying to give you credit, Chris, but have fun, Isaac. Man, that's gonna be fun. All right, I'm gonna read this from Jody. Says, yeah, we're gonna play the Pistons. We got the Pistons and the Bucks. We didn't get the Bucks. We got the Pistons. So let's get the Pistons out of our way. That's gonna be an interesting series. Isaiah Stewart and company. What's going to happen for the dictation of that series is, can Karl Anthony Towns not pick up those silly fouls and be a force for the Knicks in the center position? Because if not, I don't know if they could handle the centers with the rim protection that they have for the Pistons. But I'll break that down. I'm doing a live stream Wednesday. I think I'm going to do a live stream Wednesday previewing the playoff run because of course I have such a busy week upcoming for the Knicks for wrestling, because we got Monday Night Raw, we got NXT ready to go, and of course WrestleMania week starting Thursday. So Wednesday's the day to talk some Knicks basketball, and then we'll find out what day the Knicks play the opening game of the playoffs. Hopefully, it doesn't coexist with the WrestleMania schedule, because that's like great. All right, so but either the way, we'll truck through it. We'll figure it out. All right, Knicks are in their white uniforms here. Brooklyn, of course, in their black. And at all days, I chose to wear my black Knicks, but they're in Brooklyn. Obi Claxton and Achua to tip it off. And this is final game of the regular season. Won by the Nets. Let's go. Game 82 here on the Sports Jedi Network Playback app, YouTube channel, Rumba, X, Kick, Facebook. So please support us. Come and say hi. Follow us on all our different platforms. Follow us on X, so like that we could continue, and on Instagram we could continue to communicate with one another. Oh, Mikal Bridges just all right. He's going to play the tip off, and he's going to have his streak going. All right. So this is going to be the second unit. You know what? I kind of want to watch this game. I want to see the second unit play. I want to see some Kolak minutes. I want to see Shamet, who's been on fire here, continue the hot shooting with some court time. And that was a nice pass there. Tucker, now shot clock violation. Good Knicks defense, moving around and not overcommitting. Although Tucker went by there, his man at the 3-point line, but good job there and recovering. And they have forced a turnover. Knicks will have it. Sheldon Darrell Johnson, Mr. Johnson, salute. Oh, no problem. Listen, you got to follow us on the playback. I have a pass for you to watch. We actually can see the game on the playback app. We've been there all season. I know you haven't seen us too much on YouTube, but we're on the playback app. Sometimes simultaneously casting on YouTube, and the guys are moved over, and we watch the games here. We get to see it. I'm able to show it due to the playback has the rights for the NBA and all that stuff, MLB. And we're able to see that and show the games. And man, we've been having a good time. Big task at hand. Jody Davison. We got D Ross, and what a slam by Precious Achua. Knicks up 4-0. We definitely miss seeing you, Mr. Johnson. And of course, and all the rest of the Knick fan base that are part of this channel, like Kelvin T. Jones and missed that one. Claxton was opportunistic as Achua just volleyballed it right there. So Brooklyn's on the board here. 90 seconds, a minute and a half, excuse me, has gone by. 90 seconds, absolutely. There's McBride with the basketball. Mouse pass to Achua. Achua now puts up the floater, and he got it. Precious Achua thought he was fouled there. A little contact there. A little marginal, though, but he thought he was fouled. Knicks up by 4. There's a drive to the basket, and there is a foul. Or no, he stepped out of bounds. No, it's a foul out of bounds. He pointed the other direction, but no. They show that Precious Achua one-handed dunk. Achua has some highlight dunks, man. Where are you talking to these other people, my guy? Jody, I'm also going at the same time with YouTube. If you go, coast to coast, Precious Achua with a dunk. Jody, I know it seems like there's only me and you right now in the playback because everyone starts coming in here, but also on YouTube. YouTube, I can see everyone's comments on YouTube. The only thing I can't simulcast, or we can't see the comments cross promotion. That's the one thing hopefully the playback fixes for next year. But I don't know why it keeps kicking me out for a moment. I hope this is not one of these crazy days. All right, everybody on YouTube. I look like the botanical gardens. Yep. I may be having mimosas, Jody, but I promise you, I'm not talking to myself. They haven't taken effect yet. We got people on YouTube, on X, on Rumba, on on all our different. I stream multi platforms. This guy didn't know that was Central Park. Come on, man. This guy looks like he doesn't get around. Of course, let's see what Brooklyn's got here all season. What all five fans? I try to be Isaac. I try to be funny. I try. I mean, throw a little dad jokes here and there. All right, the Knicks up by 6. Just under 10 minutes here. Start of the game. Mikal Bridges played the opening tip. Got a quick foul and got out. So the Knicks are resting their starters. Mikal Bridges keeps his streak alive. The Iron Man streak. Some you could debate. Some could roll their eyes in this game, whatever the case is. Hey, at this point, it's about the Pistons. It's about to get ready, geared up for that postseason run in 2025 here. Was that Phil Jackson? Oh my God! Oh, the fathead. I don't know. You know what? Good. Cool. I got to see that one here. All right. So the Brooklyn will have the basketball here. They're down by 6 as they bounce past Claxton now. Will hand the ball off. Good defense by Tucker. Tucker with a steal. Good defense by Tucker. But Cameron Payne could not handle that. But they might change that. They might say that was swapped away. Let's see. No, no. Cameron Payne touched it last. All right, here they're going to inbound the basketball. I'm going on a field trip Wednesday morning to watch Snow White movie again on the Hollywood movie. Now there's a foul. Mr. Delgado, Isaac, there's a lot of negativity when it comes to the Snow White movie with the actress. The just because she made a goofy face on a scene there with the sword and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure the movie's pretty good. I just think that people are nitpicking on the poor young lady. Why does it keep doing this? I don't know. There's a shot. All right, so they are up. Knicks are up 8-4. As I hopefully I don't continue to have technical difficulties here with the switching of the screen. It just keeps going to another. Like I'm like someone's taking control of my computer. I have a gremlin in it as he misses. What's her name? Rachel Ziegler. All right. Well, they call it carry here on Johnson. Nito, what's going on? Nito's on the building. Nito's joining with Jody Davison. It's an early game. A lot of people probably stood up late on Saturday night. The weather's starting to turn, and here's a nice shot by Cameron Payne and hits it. I was up until almost 2:30 in the morning watching the UFC and getting everything ready. That was a really good UFC card last night. Look at Wofford now backing in on McBride. McBride playing some good defense, but Tucker got called in with a reach in. Probably brokenhearted because you didn't have the playback on. Nah, maybe. I mean, Friday night, I did mention it though. I did say I wasn't going to be able to do that game. I think a lot of people got upset with them. I mean, this is Brooklyn Net. The Knicks are going to the third seed. Really, this is a meaningless game, Jody. And there's a three. That's a nice three there, man. But this is a meaningless game. Understandably, if it's going to be a low rated or the chat regating coming on to this game, it's not. It's really just to hang out on a Sunday. You know, people got chores. I've got to do laundry as soon as this game is done for the week. A little inside. Shamit, nice. Oh, Shamit's been on fire lately. But let's see. Isaac says Rachel's 23 years old. Yeah, that's the young lady there for Snow White, the actress. Wofford, but he blew it. He blew it. Achua gets the rebound. Cameron Payne. Let's see what Cameron Payne does with this basketball. Now he's driving, kicks out in the corner. Shamit. Shamit's been having a hot streak. Keep that hot streak alive going into the postseason. Keep that hot shooting, young man. Keep that hot shooting. Good job there. Now down low. And there's a foul. Claxton. Here's the one thing I am a little encouraged, and I'll mention speak on that Wednesday. We're gonna do a review or a preview of the postseason. I think I multi-stream it here as well as me as a play on YouTube and all the different platforms. Personally, I think Julius Randle usually have slow starts, and he says the layoff hurts him. The only difference with this team, hopefully, this team isn't going to have that. There is no excuse now. No Julius Randle's your top dog with a slow start because of the off. This is a whole new team. I want to see the Knicks come out flying with offensively and then some improvement defensively for the start of the postseason, game one. Hey Jedi, do you like Rachel? Yeah, I do. I don't have nothing against the young ladies. I have nothing against that young lady for that does Snow White, portraying Snow White. As Zach is asking me questions on YouTube, but for those like, who's he talking to? Well, I'm answering the chat. Everyone's chat. If I could read it and see it, I always answer. I don't ignore it. Not like other programs that you could write in the chat forever. And you know that if you're listening to me, you've seen a lot of Nick content creators that you write in the chat, you have comments, you have questions, you have thoughts, and they ignore it. And that's one of the things that I think separate me when I wanted to do a watch along or any content creating. Because I was one of those that I used to put some good points and write it, and the host would ignore me and became and would ignore me and not even answer my questions, or and or no answer whatsoever. So I said, well, I'm gonna start my own shit. Screw that. You don't want to answer. I'm gonna make my own opinion. And I said, you know what? But I know how it felt as there's a three as all of a sudden Knicks are up by one. I know how it feels to you guys be on the other side and the host just ignores. As long as it's nothing dumb or derogative or profanity laced, you want your question acknowledged and heard and responded to, not ignored or like you're like too above. Your shit don't stink. No, answer the person on the other side of the keyboard that took the time to answer your or acknowledge him that he went and watched your stream and gave you his time. I value everyone's time. Everyone's time. Whoever wants to come in and there's a technical foul or a legal defense, you gotta value everyone's time and moment to write something and take the time to reach out to you to have a conversation. That's what it is. For that, turn off the stream. Turn off the stream and just watch it at home in your couch. You don't have to worry about people answering questions, asking you questions where you don't have to answer. That's a nice three ball there by Cameron Payne. That's the way I felt. That's just me being brutally honest here. That's why I agreed. I joined another program to review and do the post show and of course preview some. And then I said, you know what? I like the call. I like to do the play by play. I like the live action. And here I am now doing this. 4 years and a couple of subscribers away from 20,000, where they told me, oh, you're doing too much. I mean, You should only do one thing. I mean, I remember that words, the words from that post that was partner that said, and meanwhile, I'm at 20K, close to 20K, and you're still barely making 1,500. Here's a Chua. Chua got fouled. D Ross is in the chat. Happy fun Sunday fun day, Mr. D Ross, who's calm, who's cool, and extremely collected. Salute D Ross. Of course, this is Acknowledgement Sunday. Acknowledge the chat, acknowledge the all the different viewers, subscribers that followed on YouTube, on Rumba, on the Playback app, on X as well, on Instagram, on my two Instagram channels. I got the Sports Jedi Network and the Return of the Knicks Instagram. So appreciate everyone there that follows, watch along. One thing when I'm on the Playback, I can't stream for some reason on Instagram. It's for some reason Playback doesn't compat have compatibility with Instagram, which is kind of sucks because I kind of on YouTube I was able to stream right into Instagram live, but I can't do that. I'm not gonna. I used to set up two different, but I'm not gonna do it right now. It's a lot of heavy lifting. Maybe for the postseason. There's a three ball. So Brooklyn takes the lead here, just like that. They're up by three. Brooklyn is Brooklyn take the 3-point lead. Look at that good ball movement. And here's Achua driving. Achua floater. It's good. Precious Achua. So he has 8 points coming alive in the last few games offensively for Achua. Achua, the talent has always been there for Precious. But the thing was, can he put it consistent enough? Whoa, that's a three ball all the way down from Staten Island. Holy crap, 26-22. Wow, they're perfect from 3-point range. All the Brooklyn Nets, they're 5 of 5 from 3-point. And this is something if you want to play the analytics game, you want to let Brooklyn shoot all the threes like that. You have to contest, of course, but if they want to sit around and shoot threes that deep, a law of averages, they're not going to be perfect. Right now, they're 5 of 5. They're going to go on a stretch where they're going to miss a lot, but then you have to be capitalistic and score and punish them from there. D-Ross says, "Who's in the house today? Let's go." Well, you are one of the mega stars on the channel, D-Ross, and Jody Davison and Nito, of course, Isaac Delgado, Steve Feltlight, Sheldon Darrell Johnson is back. All right, that little girl got a little pizzazz. I God bless her. That's cute. Now, what are you talking about? What you got to come on the playback? You see what we're talking about on the playback? Oh, man! I'm telling you, D-Ross better than the other arenas that we saw. Was it Milwaukee had the girl playing with her feet and the china and the dishes and forks and knives? These kids, look how talented these kids are. My goodness, some of the acts that are in some other stadiums. That's one thing that the playback has provided us to see all the different events and venues or entertainment across the New across all the NBA, and yeah, it's still New York, D Ross. Absolutely, of course, the city is so fine to name it twice, and that's you see it right there from the talent. But my goodness, you go some of these places, you're like cringe. The entertainment factor, cringe, cringe. But we get to play Detroit, and from what we saw, Detroit, they've got a lot of eye candy in the arena and the in dancers. So it shouldn't be. Hopefully, we could sweep them and enjoy the view while we sweep. You will be tomorrow, WWE Raw, Netflix. Yes, exactly. We will be on Monday Night Raw, but on the playback, not on YouTube. YouTube does not allow us to show the footage. We're not allowed to show it. We're not going to even try. We just join us on the playback app. Heal the Ring playback app. We'll have that there. You can see it. WrestleMania, the whole wrestling show there. Of course, it's fun. It's different. We ask you to join us. I like that hat that Carl Anthony Town has. All right, here we go. Achua. Bounce pass. Oh, nice bounce pass to Cameron Payne to Achua. Let's go. Nothing will go in a slump. Nothing would ever go in a slump if you play fundamentally strong basketball. Good there. You drew a good bounce pass there, finding the open man in Achua. If they play fundamental basketball and execute it to perfection, you're not going to go in a slump. You're not going to really trail. You're going to keep tight games. And there's a nice shot there. And if that's the first miss from 3-point land, that's what you have to do. Oh, look at this. Pacom and Tyler Kolak. Let's go. We get a Kolak bar here on a Sunday. Tyler Kolak. Let's go. Let's get it. I think we have a challenge. We have the first challenge of the game. Jody Fernandez, up and coming good head coach in the NBA. Hopefully the Brooklyn Nets don't do nothing goofy and trade for Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and trade away their young core. And Draymond gets Jody Fernandez fired. Hopefully the Brooklyn Nets learn their lesson. They don't do a poor, get a poor Pierce, um, you know, Kevin Garnett situation into Brooklyn. Let's see, they don't do nothing goofy. Hopefully they learn from their mistakes. They try to go for it twice with the aging veterans, and they still haven't done anything significant, or be the New York Knicks' little brother. All right, we got a challenge here. We have also a pause in the game here. Oh, that was last touch off of Brooklyn. Iwoma. All right. Is that a black eye or is that his bags? Is that his lack of sleep? My goodness, if that's his bags. Oof. I thought I had some terrible bags under my eyes. Oof, he beat me. He said, hold my beer. Oh, so Brooklyn won the challenge. All right. Hey, I see the referees are in postseason form. Hey. All right, so it'll be Brooklyn ball. They're going to inbound underneath the basket here on the left side of their left side. It's going to be close. They just got it in. Here's a catch and shoot. No good. A second miss here, and they'll get a foul. Loose ball foul. McBride pushing in the back. And D-Ross says Brooklyn have to cater to the Knicks fans, Jedi. Yeah, of course. They have to cater. Brooklyn extends the lead 27-24. Where's our guy, Tony? Tony, you got Kolak minutes. This is a game where Tony would be like picking shit. We're seeing Kolak on the floor playing extended minutes. But we understand it's a game that's already clinched. There's really nothing here just to say goodbye to the Knicks regular season. Everything is set for Saturday, I believe, or whenever they announce the game one between the Pistons and the Knicks for Madison Square Garden. And of course, that's when everyone's going to be hot, ready to go. Popcorn in hand, your drinks that in the other. Let's go. McBride, nice shot. Miles McBride, great elevation there. All right, the Knicks trail by 2, 28-26. Brooklyn with the possession. Brooklyn looking driving, going in underneath, up and under. Too easy. Not too easy there. Precious was with him, but did not want to pick that second foul up. You and no rim protection. This is a constant issue in the Knicks. I know this is a kind of like a preseason squad game here. Look at nice Achua now, but you have to still rim protect. Achua going strong. Achua putting up and under. It's good. Precious Achua, are very aggressive here. Achua putting some good numbers here on his resume. Remember, he's only signed a 1 year deal for the Knicks, looking to try to make some money. Making right now, he might probably want to get like a $10 million contract from someone out there in the league. I mean, he's serviceable when he plays. He's got some great same thing on film. Here's Dadier now. Dadier going strong. Oh, beautiful. And a foul. Pacon, Dadier by Thibodeau. All right, sound like a cologne. Pacon by Dadier. Ooh, the perfume. Ooh, the water de toilette. Ah, he misses the free throw. I should have not said toilet. He missed that free throw there. All right, tied at 30-30. Jose, yes. Hey, Dan Patrick says this weekend in the podcast, Gilbert Arenas, where Brooklyn will always be second fiddle to the Knicks. Brooklyn can be a champion team and the Knicks a lottery team, and they'll still reign supreme. Absolutely. And Gaudier gets his own rebound, but he got fouled. Pacon. Jose, take a quick look at the playback. See if you like it. Come and take the link is all the way to the top, brother, on the top of the chat. Take a see if you like it. See if you something that you like it. Give my other platforms. Mira a ver si te gusta, because tú vas a ver el juego. Tú lo vas a ver aquí. I know you're watching at home, pero you don't jump ahead of the stream. Like if, for instance, it's going to be on whatever's on the show here, you get to react exactly at the same time. And also we got we got the Yankees, all the Yankees. When the Yankees are on Apple TV or the Peacock or your sister's rear end, you could watch it here on the playback where you're gonna see it. You don't have to go streaming and looking at all over different application or not pay. You get to watch it here on Sports JEDI Network, Yankee games. And that's gonna be available after basketball season is over. All right, McBride. How far did the Knicks go this year in the postseason, fellas? Um, oh, that's a nice three by McBride. I think they make a. I still think they make a deep, deep playoff run. I don't. I having a hard time seeing them bow out early. Not good ball movement. I know they've been frustrating us, but this is a 50 win team here. I mean, but we've seen teams go on these win a lot of games and fizzle out early. We've seen it before. Oh, that was an ugly shot, but the extra opportunities for Brooklyn, and Whitehead hits a three. Second opportunities there. All right, Brooklyn back up. Back from fourth here as the first quarter comes to a conclusion here. Shot clock is turned off. Knicks will have the possession, look to tie or take the lead, possibly going into the second quarter now as Kolek now. Kolek hits it out. Catch and shoot for Shamit. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful execution there between Kolak and Shamit. Kolak gets an assist, and the Knicks finish off a 38-point quarter, but they gave up 37. Knicks up 38-37. And we go to the second quarter as we have a break here in the action. Don't forget, please follow us, subscribe, check us out on the Playback app, the app where you see the action, not just hear. So come and check us out here on our platform. And as well, thank everyone on YouTube. Please hit that like. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do on the YouTube. We're about a couple of subscribers away from 20,000 subscribers. And a lot of Knick fans in the house. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. You got the classic comb over the guy. Look at that. Oh, so somebody's doing the same games that they play at the Garden. Hey. I gotta take a selfie. Hey, hey, hey. He's trying to bring the Mister Rogers Neighborhoods look back. Nice. Hey girl. There you go. Move those hips. Mm-hmm. Whatever I'm looking at, I only see you looking straight into a monitor. We get to see all the action in the arena on the playback. If you're on the playback, you're seeing the girl waving her hips. You're seeing all the different full fans enjoying the games, the cheerleaders, the performers, everything. Last year, we had a girl picking her nose and sampling the nose candy. Ugh, on the playback. And speaking of that, yesterday on the MMA, the guy on the one of the fights on the MMA nerd fight with Brian Mitchell, one of his corners was just digging in there and he was wiping it on his teammate's shirt. Disgusting. The things that people do. Remember, the Knicks have a secret weapon. When it's Mitchell, Cat together, they put together a little with the Boston Celtics, the Cavaliers, the key strategy. Also, OG Ananobi, what's that? OG Ananobi's on the cups of becoming a megastar. He's excelling and extending. As long as he doesn't get hurt or injured, I think he's going to be another secret weapon. They haven't really played all together. Usually, with these back to backs at the end of the season, one center sits, the other one doesn't. This guy sits, this one does. So I am excited to see what they do in the first round, especially when you got days off in between. And the first round, the NBA stretches it more than oh my goodness than a fat girl wearing tights. Oh, Shamit for three. So Shamit's on fire. Continues his hot shooting. 41-37. Beautiful. Shamit's just he's confident. He's locked in. I keep thinking this tape number 13 is Ben Simmons, but I forgot that stiff is in Los Angeles. That was a nice shot off the glass. That's Tyrese Martin. Okay, he looks like Ben Simmons for a little bit. It's Kolak. Look at Kolak. Look at that. Passing to Shamit. Now over here, Tucker. Give and go. Shamit. Nice. Beautiful give and go with the cut. That's what I want to see from this team. I want to see guys cutting to the basket. Oh, yeah, he just got bad. He just got bad dark eye circles like I do. Yeah, poor kid, man. I feel you, brother. We both got those bags under our eyes. It's genetics. I believe that was Iwoma who has those kind of dark circles underneath his eyes. Shamit hits the free throw. 42-39 here. Hits it. 43-39. Nice pressure for the Knicks a little bit there by Dadier now. But Brooklyn trying to break it down, and there's a foul. Tucker. And they had continuation on that. So it has a chance for a three-point play. It looked so slow, methodical, but he will be rewarded with a chance for a three-point play, the good old-fashioned. It wasn't the prettiest, but it's still. Just throw the ball up in the air. You never know. All right, let's go. So the Knicks with a 1-point lead as Kolak will bring the basketball up. We'll find Delon Wright, who's getting some minutes now. Here's Kolak. Kolak now breaking it down. Here's Dadier over to right now. Shot clock at 8. Now here's Kolak. Kolak now. He's thought about the three now. Kicks it to Delon Wright. Delon Wright's going to put up a three straight ahead. That's no good. But he had a good look, but a little too far. I would have liked him to been a little bit closer to the line. That was a little too far for Delon Wright's range. He had to put up that grenade as the shot clock was running down. Martin, nice spin move. Martin looks pretty good. Looks like a combination of Ben Simmons, Zach LaVine there from afar. 44-34. A little they had a child. Here's Kolek. Kolek again. Kolek stops. And that's kicked out of bounds. Knicks will have it underneath the basket. Shot like a 12. Yeah, that was a nice spin move there. They showed the replay there on Martin. We have a timeout here. Timeout. Timeout. So just 2 minutes into the second quarter, the Brooklyn Nets with a 1 point lead, 44-43. We have a timeout by the Knicks. Who's this? Oh, we got some. Is this the Nets dancers? Oh, look at that. Look at her. Look at her. All right. You guys seeing this? Where's Big Task at hand? Here we go. I don't like the jean shorts. The shorts. All right. The girls are breaking it down. The Brooklyn Nets. Oh, oh, I almost missed it too. Forgot about the early start. Oh, D Ross. That's. I mean, hey, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Because I was having brunch. I was like, oh my God, it's 12 o'clock. The game starts in an hour. I gotta have my brunch. Yeah. Hey, D Ross, that's New York. These they got they got some good samples here. There we go. It beats Caitlin Clark's sister in the front. I'll take a little Thunder Thighs in the front there. It looks the choreograph doesn't. Who cares at this point? But all right, all right there. That's a perfect one in the center. See, they would have gave us Clayton Clark's sister in the middle in New York. All right, pretty good job there, ladies. This is the one time, the second time, and 2 times and 2 times only. I'll say that is Brooklyn in the house besides Chef Dan. Is the Brooklyn Net dancers in the house? There you go. They got us on dancers. D Ross thinks that they're prettier. Okay, they're thicker. I'll tell you that much. Who was the last Knicks to start all 82 games? Damn, that's a good one. Mason. I don't know. I'm gonna throw Anthony Mason. I'm pretty sure there was a player when I got a little disconnected in 2020, 2004 to 29. I got a little. I'm gonna be honest. I got a little disconnected with the Knicks. I moved to Florida. Um, Work, couldn't get the league pass, all that good stuff. No excuses. But yeah, I got a little disconnected with the Knicks. Not watching and following them that well because of work and relocating to a new state. Oh, nice one. I started getting back when they got Amari Stoudemire. When the decision time is when I started getting back into basketball. Like, you know what, everything is settled down at work. The transition into Florida and all that. Even with the Yankees, a little bit like that as well. Even with the Yankees, even with WWE, just moving from a whole state that you were born and raised, just takes away priorities from sports and entertainment and even WWE wrestling. Yeah, that was the point of my life that I was a little disconnected from everything. Let's sham it. That was a little long three, but nice raw offensive rebound by Pacone Daddy. There's Kolek. Extra pass to DeLon Wright. DeLon Wright open for three. That's off. You could see that was way off. And PG Tucker had good positioning. I always told you guys, when you get to be a good rebounder, you need to have technique and positioning. If you're positioning well and you have a good technique, backing out, spreading your shoulders, sticking your caboose out, you're gonna get that rebound. I've always preached that on this channel. And you can see that with Tucker. Oh, that's the next turnover, rare turnover for Kolak. And I don't, you know what? I like his creativity. He thought he was going to get a cutting. He was getting a little anticipation of Shamit cutting, but Shamit did not cut. I'm not going to get mad with that type of mistake there. Nice spin there. Up and under, it's good. Brooklyn extend their lead now, 48-43. Let's see if the Knicks have something to answer here. No offensive fertility here right now. They need someone to score. Shamit is their top scorer on this floor with that group out there, but Macomb Patty turns it over. But yeah, Brooklyn turns the ball right over to the Knicks as Shamit. Kolek now Kolek got fouled, but Kolek, I like the Kolek had the goals to stall the balls to go in that fast break with two defenders. I like that for Kolek. I like the aggressiveness from Tyler, and he will get rewarded from some free throws at the free throw line. That's what you want to see from the neophyte. You want to see that. You want to see that they has and I don't think anyone that watches Tyler Kolek has ever doubt that the kid has moxie. I think the kid has moxie. That's why I think the fan base rally behind this kid, wants to see more of this kid, are starving and craving the success for Tyler Kolek because he shows you he doesn't have no fear, no grit. Um, he embodies what a New Yorker, persevering. The size might not be against him, but he has that heart. You could tell, and he only played a handful of minutes, but just by the way he conducts himself and the way he sees with that confidence, you could tell that this kid is going to be a fan and favorite. And there's something in Tyler Kolek. I can't wait for next season. Hopefully, depending whoever's the coach here, if it's still Tom Thibodeau or not, they see value in Kolak going forward, and they tap the tap the potential of the young man. And that's a bailout foul there. That's an inexperienced foul there by Pacone Daddier. Kolak just let happen effortlessly. Yeah, he lets things happen effortlessly. Yes. And I think that's what we like, T-Ross. You see that he's not overextending his talent. You could see the game is slowed down for him. Um, you could see that he belongs. And that's what I think excites Knick fans. I think that's what excites Knick fans because you can see he belongs. He fits. The moment is never too big with him. You know, everyone says, I'm gonna tell you this here. He looks more calm, cool, collective, and I watched this than Jeremy Lin. I know Jeremy Lin was great. A few minutes he was exciting, but Kolak has that calmness that Jeremy Lin didn't have. He might not be the explosive scorer at the moment that Jeremy Lin caught by storm, but Jeremy Lin at that time when he came on the scene was so much in the league longer than Kolek on the bench riding the pine. Kolek, this is his first year coming on college, and he feels so much like he's in control more than Jeremy Lin is. Yeah, he is controlling with the ball in his hands. Yeah, Jeremy Lin was not a good ball handler. I go back to and I knew Jeremy Lin was a fraud. The moment that game Thursday night, TNT, when they played the Miami Heat and Mario Chalmers turned them over like four times in the first opening quarter in the backcourt, one on one. I was like, oh, I remember because I went to Buffalo Wild Wings. I took, went with the family. We didn't have NBA League Pass at that time. I said, you know what, I want to watch this. The games were that's the 54 win Knicks season, or no, right before the 54 win Knicks season. When they were playing well and they got mellow, I said, I gotta see this game. This is the team that could threaten the Miami Heat. Jeremy Lin's on fire, all that stuff. And I'm like, let me see. And when he turned the basketball over and I knew he couldn't handle the pressure, the ball handling, I was like, he's a fraud. I totally knew that he wasn't going to be. He didn't have the it factor there. I remember that's why because it was a nice time with my family. We went to Wild Wings and we, went out and we sports watched and the boys were young at that time and that's why that game always sticks to my mind. It was a good moment for me, memory wise, going together with the family. I didn't like Jeremy Lin. It was a lightning bolt, yes. Oof, the bride misses that one. Kolak kept it alive. Beautiful job there by Kolak. Now here's Delon Wright. Now Delon Wright got away with it traveling. But Kolak gets it back to Wright now. Extra possession. Yep. Knicks trail here by 9. Here's Daddy to Kolak. Kolak now extra pass. I kind of would have liked Kolak to take that shot there. I know McBride is the better shooter, but look, Daddy gets another rebound. So the Knicks rebounding well. Kolak now, and that's kick. Yeah, you could see that Kolek is very unselfish with the basketball. Well, we gotta go. When is he going? When he figures this out, when he becomes aggressively offensively, he's gonna be he could be a real issue, a problem. Or he might not even find it. He might be too passive. I Tony is in the building. We're talking about Tony. Yo, Tony, what's going on? Johnson kicks out. Oh, good defense by Delon Wright, and they called a late foul bailout. Talk about a bailout plan. Holy crap. Good minutes for Tyler Kolak. Kept a lot of balls alive there. Knicks got second opportunities because of Kolak's hustle. Good job there. And of course, Tony enters the chat, and Kolak they pull him. They must know. They must have oh, Tony's in the chat. No, let's Kolak sit. My goodness, he was playing well. We were praising him. But Bacone Daddy in the game, and there's a foul. Oof. Laugh out loud. Wow. It's it. What is it? Sham now. Wow. No, we say God sham it. To Jose Mello who wrote earlier. Sham it sounds like a towel guy. Wow, sham it. I think Vernon B. Hagen got God sham it. I think that was from Vernon. I want to give him credit. I see we down. Yeah, we're down again here. This is a game where none of the starters play, Tony. This is a bench unit, kind of a preseason game here. Going through the motions. Who is this guy? Drew Tammy. This guy should be somewhere coaching rec ball league or something, or telling kids to do jumping jacks. 55-45. Cameron Payne, that was an air ball. Jesus Christ, that was disgusting. What was that? That was a horrid, putrid three ball. Knicks down by 10, 5:45 here. In a game that's just it is a channel appreciation game that I like to call. Appreciate everyone that joins us to watch along. To ask. I'm gonna ask folks to come up and invite you to check your and come in if you want to come on, please. I would love you to come on for even if it's a quick 5 minutes. You can stay for the whole game, but if you're more than welcome to come on board, say a few words. We want to thank. First, I wanted to thank everyone for following me here on the playback, being part of the channel. Follow me on YouTube. We're a couple of subscribers away from 20,000 subscribers again, 20K, and my goodness, I appreciate everyone. Yeah, he missed it. The gym teacher misses the three ball. Come on, Achua's been a hot hand for the Knicks here. Achua backing in. Achua spin, kicks it out of right, extra pass to McBride. That's a shot McBride should hit, and he got it. He had a good look. He was squared away at time. That's the shot McBride hits 70% of the time. 55-48. Let's see if they answer. Here's Wilson now. Wilson, hair bumping. He almost had a continuation, but he'll go to the line for some free throws. So 4:31 here before halftime. The Knicks trail 55-48. Brooklyn to the line. Wilson will go for some free throws here. Good job. See that three ball was opened up with Cameron Payne cutting underneath the baseline. If you saw that play there, you had Cameron Payne cutting to the baseline while the Knicks were pulling in for a double team. As he crosses, the defender down low has to either stay with him for the cut or go with the man up top. He chose with the cutter because it's an easier score and left Deuce open for three ball. We got Argo in the building. What up, Argo? Argo in that Cav game, I started thinking Tibbs can't motivate this team in the second half. But then again, Brunson is the captain. He's supposed to be coach on the floor when things are getting out of hand. That game, I was watching it time and from afar. Watching it. I had it on the playback. I was in the studios. I didn't run it live. I was doing of course, SmackDown watch along, and I was like, shit, they lost that lead there. And that's Thibodeau sticking with his third quarter rotational substitution. He plays the starters until 7 to 8 minutes in the third quarter before he makes a change. And sometimes you lose momentum. Sometimes just one or two players there. This is where the coaches got to say, "Coach, try something different, man. I see momentum. Yo, the guys don't have it tonight." But none of the coaches there. You got Mo Cheeks there flapping his gums, telling stories to the guy that's sitting next to him who's bald, the other bald guy that looks like a milk dud next to him, and they're laughing it up right now. They're yucking it up instead of telling tell coaches, "Hey, I see something here." They're supposed to see something. They're supposed to be eyes of the chant. They're supposed to be eyes of the team. Coaching, see something different, make adjustments. They're not. And everyone wants to blame Tom Thibodeau, but he has to rely. You're only as good, your general as good as your soldiers, your captains, and your admirals. If they don't do anything to contribute, you're screwed. He's seeing the in-game stuff. He's got to make the decision. He's seeing when to call timeout, when to review. Even the reviews, he asks his team, "Hey, is this reviewable?" And he makes a decision. Yeah, review it. But if his coaching staff is not doing nothing but telling stories and yucking it up, he's fucked. He's screwed. And you could see that. You could see that. You see that there. At least Johnny Bryan was coaching. You see him communicating, talking, moving around. Now Brunson does it. Oh, beautiful play there by McBride with a dunk. We have a timeout as the Knicks cut it to 3. But you don't see that with the other coaches. You used to see that with Bryant. You see that with Brunson, Rick Brunson. You don't see it with the rest. Everyone else is just there. I know one guy's a video coordinator with the replay. He does a good job because the Knicks are flawless. Pretty much, they got over 80% challenge rate. They're really good at challenging when they do challenge. When they tell Thibodeau challenge, but the rest, who's in charge of the defensive assignment? The Knicks are getting. Before we knew it was a Mike Woodson coach for the defensive assignments. We knew it was a little bit of a Johnny Bryan was the guards, if I believe, and the four, and of course so forth. We don't know. I want to know who does take care of the defense this year for Tom Thibodeau. They've been atrocious. That guy is not coaching, and hopefully at the end of the year, regardless how far the Knicks get or don't get, they got to think about making a move, get a defensive coach, another person here to help Thibodeau with the defense. I know Thibodeau is the head coach and he's responsible for the defense, but you need coaches to be the voice of Tom Thibodeau's philosophy on defense. And then when Tom is overseeing the whole game, you need those coaches talking to the players, telling them to make the adjustments. Hey, you're not rotating. Hey, you're not doing this. You don't see that because we get to see the playback. And when they go on commercial break, yes, we goof around and see which ladies look delicious on the camera, or who's picking their nose, who's goofing around throwing t-shirts, who's got camel toes, or who doesn't. But we are watching the coaches as well. And we don't see that. We don't see the coaching philosophy or the instructions from the coaches, and it frustrates us a little bit. That's one thing I'm going to say this season. It's been a fun season. It's been a good season, but we're not seeing that from in-game adjustment from the complementary coaches with Tom Thibodeau. I said a mouthful, but I'll take a breath. Tibbs should have taken this game off. But the players he's giving the game off. Hey, we got a bow-legged assist. We got a bow-legged host. There we go. Glazed donuts. I gotta ask Chef, how good are those glazed donuts? We don't have one in Florida, but what is this? That something new? Glazed donuts, is that new? Something new in Brooklyn? And how good are they? I'm interested now. Glazed donuts. All right. Well, mimosas are done. How disappointing, man. I'm not going to be able to do Ranger hockey. They got eliminated from the postseason, and I was so looking forward to doing Ranger postseason hockey. I have so much fun. It helps us. I think we would have got another 1,000 plus subscribers. or and YouTube with the hockey games. My goodness, I'm so disappointed we can't get to do the hockey games. But I know the Rangers are going to come back, and from winning the President's Cup trophy to be out of the postseason, that's tough. That's tough. That's a rough one for my Rangers. Knicks up by 3, but to the foul line are the Brooklyn Nets. 3:12 left in the second quarter before halftime. And in the words of Chef Dan, "Boy, don't lie." That's my hockey link. Yeah, I was so down. I was so down because I love watching. Because we grow, we have been blessed with a great introduction from Jay Boogie. Jay Boogie blessed me with a hockey track to run on my watch along with the Rangers, lighting the lamp, and he gave me that, and I always will be internally and very grateful for Jay Boogie with sharing his talent and making that video and allowing me to play it on my channel, and on my intro video. And I want and I should have done a regular season, but man, I got a lot of stuff going on this channel. And I'm looking to add more, content, more folks to do content, not just me, but be able to produce it and do videos and set everyone up. And man, I miss doing hockey, man. I do. I wish I could have done hockey games there. I definitely want to get some more folks talking basketball in the off season. Not me, but I'll pop in from time to time to join the roundtable as a guest, but I want to set it up. I want to do the thumbnails, the graphics, and let you talented guys just go. Even on the playback, you guys. That's why Tony. I'm waiting for Tony to reach me back to me. So let me know. I wanted Tony to host a roundtable, get some Nick fans in here on the playback, and just go whenever there's nothing going on. Round talk Knicks off season. You know, free agency, all that stuff. I come from time to time, but let's go. It's the channel, the platform is open. It's not always about me. It's I want everyone that follows who's talented, who wants to have a voice in this Nick content creating game to talk, to be heard, be recognized, be acknowledged, not just be silent. Kai suit is fire. It is. It is. Clyde is just the man. Nah, Claxton. I hate this non-rim protection by this team. This thing I miss from I know Nolan Noel had brick hands. Harkenstein has some threat. Robinson. That's the one thing I do miss about this team and a Tom Thibodeau. This is something rare of a Tom Thibodeau team. The lack of rim protection. And he so emphasizes on rim protecting. And it's one thing that this season with this Knicks team has been underwhelming. There is no rim protection when it comes to the Knicks. And that's rare. And that's a three ball there for Cameron Payne as he sidestepped the sidewinder, hits a three ball. The Knicks down by 4. 2 minutes. Can the Knicks tie it or take the lead? They're down by 4. Never know. Nobody plays defense. They're just trying to get over with it. Yeah, you know what? Argo, yes. Yes, but I'm on one of those guys. Do some defense because it becomes second nature. Again, Achua, no rim protection. And Achua, how much can you really ask for Achua? He's a 6'8", and that's a block. There's a little rim protection there. That should be a blocking foul. It is. All right, 61:55. We're under 90 seconds, 88 seconds to be exact. Oh, that's the fun part of the Knicks. They got a week to work on their defense, team practices with everyone healthy to figure out rotation. This is we're gonna figure out we're gonna find out if Tom Thibodeau's coaching staff is worth their weight in gold. You figure the guys that don't get much playing time would be trying to show Tibbs something. Yeah, but maybe they know what's the point of making Argo. I'm gonna try to go on the other side of the coin or be the devil's advocate. Maybe some of these guys says, "What's the point of busting my ass here?" Where I know this coach is not gonna play me. I'm gonna ride the pines in the postseason. I'm just gonna go through the motions. There's what's the point? What's the point? I know he's gonna relegate me to only eight top 7 to 8 players, and I'm just gonna sit there and cheerlead. I mean, Bump Champ got hurt. Dude, you don't play much, man. Put some rubber tussin and keep going. Truck through. Let's see what it was. Well, we got Charlie Horse. It was a Charlie Horse. Those Charlie Horses hurt. Playoffs hits the free throw as the popcorn moved away. Yeah, he's feeling the effect of that Charlie Horse that he got on his leg. And he hits a fair free throw, so I got to give Bum Chap that. 62-57, a minute 14 here before halftime. We'll check out the halftime show in Brooklyn here, and of course, those that are watching us on X, on YouTube, on Rumba, you can still have time to watch the second half here on Playback. Come show it, come see Playback, man. All you got to do if you can't see the game, if you're in the chat on the Playback and you can't see the game, you just got to tell me I can't see the game, Jedi, and I'll give you a pass. But if you're in the chat and you're only going to see me talking, Drew the Don, Drew, you want to watch the game? Let me know. I'll get you a pass to watch it, so you'd see the game. And of course, you're like, what is he talking about? I don't see the game. You have to let me know you're in the chat. You don't have a pass. I'll provide the pass. I'll find the pass and I'll give you the pass for you to watch. So, Drew, let me know if you like to see the game with us. In the chat. I don't have a pass. You're gonna get a pass. That's how simple it is. Let me make some adjustments there, some policing, and you'll have a pass, my friend. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Let's see where. Okay, there we go. And the pass is coming to you in 3, 2, 1. Bienvenido. Salute. You got your pass now. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you see the game. There we go. 66-62 with 8.5 seconds. You got the crowd back. Let's go. Yes, sir. There you go, Drew. Thank you for watching along with us. Thank you for being a member. Appreciate you. Thank you again. And we got at the half 66-62. The Knicks gave up 66 points, but they scored 62. This is what it is games. These games here, halftime here of the regular season, almost halfway through the regular season, and it's 66-62. You know how I do. I always take a break at halftime. I'm going to take a quick break. I kind of want to see what Brooklyn has for the halftime. I'll be in the chat. Again, I want to hear you guys. If you guys want to come on stage, please, I encourage you. Come on, let me know. Hit it out. Request Argo. Come on up. We've been seeing each other for 3 years. We haven't spoken on a conversation. You could be muted. I would like to just say thank you. I know I'm saying it now, but I want to have that dialect with you guys and so forth. Let me take a quick halftime break, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Hope you guys have your halftime snacks, refill, all that good stuff. Ready to go. All right, halftime here of the final game of the regular season. Let's go. Knicks, Nets, Knicks Trail here. Of course, we'll find out what date and time game one of the postseason is for the Knicks and the Pistons. Let me ask you this here. I know hindsight is 2020. I don't know what Utah wanted, and something that I've been complaining all season when it comes to the Knicks. It's a hot take. I wonder what it would took taking the Knicks to get Walker Kessler from Utah because they have no rim protection. But that means you're telling Carl Anthony Towns is going to be your power forward, and it's going to. How would that disrupt the starting five? Does Hart get relegated to the bench? We know the Hart is the better bench player coming off with energy, but now that he's been playing all these minutes, how is it? How hard is it to tell him you're going to now be bench, or possibly a six man, or the seventh man off the bench because Miles McBride is your six man, or vice versa? It'd be wonder what it would have taken to get Walker Kessler onto this team. But then what's that happens to Mitchell Robinson is that Mitchell Robinson gets traded. I think I think the Knicks could have gotten Walker Kessler without trading Mitchell Robinson. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But man, I would have loved to see the Knicks at least flirted or gotten some deep talks for Walker Kessler. I got to give this one to the fan base. At first, I was like, nah, we got Mitchell Robinson. No need to get Walker Kessler. No need, no need, no need. But the way he defends and plays defense, that reputation, boy, this team will be in really good position to be dangerous. He provides that height. He provides that rebounding, that rim protection that Coach Thibodeau requires in his scheme of defense and his game plan. When you have the wings of Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby, that I would have loved to seen but of course, that's what have could have. That's fantasy booking. That's fantasy booking. This one, I got to give that to the Knicks fans. I was against it in the beginning, but now I have come around and I go hindsight is 2020 because I seen what it played out. I seen results and I seen what has happened in the team. And you know what? Hey, you know what? You guys saw something that I didn't quite see because I always thought Tom Thibodeau could coach and whisper into his centers. And also, we did not know that Ariel Hakapote was going to get injured, although we didn't think Ariel Hakapote was going to be the second coming of Mitchell Robinson's development. We thought it was going to be Jericho Sims. The fact that Jericho Sims didn't hit and didn't pan out for this organization also was a big step back. For some reason, I'm going to blame a little bit of both the coaching staff and a little bit of Jericho Sims being too timid. We hear it from the Milwaukee Bucks side of the team of the spectrum, saying that Jericho Sims has been too reserved, too quiet. They got to pull things out of him. Maybe that's what frustrated the Knicks a little bit, that he wasn't that aggressive. He wasn't uber aggressive and uber. Didn't his attitude feels like he's just going with the motions, but the kid could play. Um, I don't know. I don't know. My question is maybe we should have exploited that Walker Kessler deal, included Jericho Sims and something along the route. But hindsight is 2020. That's just to it's maybe this conversation or this hot take is just it's going to moot point. It's going on to deaf ears because there's nothing. No matter how much we say, nothing's going to happen. But I wanted to give and say, you know what? Maybe the Knicks fan base was correct on getting Walker Kessler. Try to get him in here. I think it would have benefit Walker Kessler for the Knicks run more than with Utah because Utah's still going to be a lottery team, and yet he's not a focal point of that team. But we'll see. This little girl is going to be a star. She got personality. Yeah, she got personality. God bless her. All right, we're about to start the second half. 66-62, the Knicks trail by 4. Something the Knicks have been doing in the last 10-game stretch. Not good 3-point, not 3 quarters. Start of the third quarter is terrible. Oh, there's an Old Navy across the street from Barclays Center. That's a Knick fan. Take her little baby, a newborn, a month-old baby to the game. She's a Knick fan. She's a hardcore. All right, here we go. The final second half of the regular season for the Knicks. They start off with the basketball, going from left to right. Actually, right to left. Dialect. Here you go, Shamit. Shamit continues to shoot hot. Shamit has been on fire. 66-64. Shamit has been a revelation here closing out the season. Hopefully he can continue that hot shooting in the postseason, hitting some big shots when called for off the bench. Tucker comes up with a silly foul. 4 fouls for PJ Tucker. A foul away from the basket. Shamit has been getting hot in the right time before the playoffs. Yeah, Argo. Him and OG Anunoby. Have been playing, have been a bright spot here closing out the season. The Jester's in the building. What up, Jester? Salute, Justin. How are you, pal? We miss seeing you. We miss hearing from you. Hope everything is well. Hope everything is going good. How's everything in the Target world? Hope you're doing well. I hope the family's doing well, first and foremost. I hope your brother's doing well as well. Greg? There you go. By the way, Jester, I don't know if you've seen, we're doing now Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We got guys talking wrestling in the morning show. We got a morning show, a wrestling morning show on those days. From, of course, definitely check us out. The big AEW friends, of course. Also, how's the podcasting? How's the gaming going for you there, man? I will definitely want to see you. Find out what you're up to, man. We haven't spoken in a while. Want to know what you're up to, what's up there, what opportunities arising there to promote and get you over, Justa. We got Andre in the building. What's up, Andre? Holy shit, it's Andre. What's up, Andre? I predict a 4-2 series against the game. So he's getting the Knicks in 6. I think a lot of us are going Knicks in 6. I think we're picking Knicks in 6. I'll give my official prediction on Wednesday. I got a stream coming up for the Knicks basketball. Of course, there's no wrestling right before the WrestleMania week gets hectic with TNA wrestling. We got Unbreakable. We're gonna do that on the playback, and we got all the WrestleMania weekend here on the playback. So we cannot wait. I'm good, man. Watching your wrestling shows and making. Oh, you go, nice, yeah. Because of my uncle brother having a kid finally. Oh, good job. Congratulations to Greg. He finally slipped one through the goalie. Let's go. Oh. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to you being an uncle. Now you could bring your nephew to the wrestling shows. Like my grandfather used to bring me to the wrestling. Let's go. There you go. We got a new wrestling fan coming up in the business. Let's go, Justa. Congratulations to you guys. That's a brick. Let's see. Last touch by Brooklyn. Knicks trail 71-64 with 9:30 on a Sunday afternoon. Pre-WrestleMania weekend, pre-NBA postseason weekend, pre-NBA NFL draft week. My goodness, the NFL draft is 2 weeks away. if your team, will they get a quarterback? Will their team not get a quarterback? Who will they draft? Who will they go? And Precious Achua, nice move, but could not finish for Precious. Martin, nice move by Martin, but couldn't finish. Next, now with the possession here, and McBride, now the Shaman who has the hot hand. Here's McBride back over to Payne. Payne, the sidewinder now. PJ Tucker in the corner for three. No good, no good. Rebound right to Shaman. Shaman gets the basketball. He's got the rebound. Now Payne back over to McBride. McBride now. Shot clock now at 8. McBride resetting. He's going to put up a 3. McBride in and out, almost went down. He misses. Here's a bounce pass. Here's a 3 ball. Wilson hits a 3 ball. Brooklyn shooting the ball well. We got a timeout by Colin Tibbet on the Knicks. The Knicks down by 10, 74-64. We have a timeout on the floor, but it's great to see Justin there. Of course, Andre as well on the YouTube app. He goes, where do you see these people at? I know Jody Davison asked me, where the hell you see these people? I don't see them here on the playback. They're on the YouTube app. All right, team hype. They got money. They got money here. They're doing a collection. They're passing the hat for a collection. All right. All right, he's passing collection hat. All right, let's see what they're gonna do. All right, let's see. Where's the emoji at? This is what I think of the performance right now by this group right now. Man, they're working their ass off. D-Ross, you seeing this, D-Ross? What's your thoughts? Argo, what's you guys thinking? Tony, what do you think of this act? Or, you know, or Drew the Don. Drew, what do you think of this act here? Knicks trail here, 64-74. I'm not. There you go. He's not impressed at all. Justification is at his best. There you go. Chef Dan in the chat. Chef Dan, you're gonna get something, a nice little care package in your. Keep an eye out for your DMs. I got something going. You're gonna like it. You're gonna appreciate it. It's coming soon. I have to. Once this show is over, I get to. I'm at the finishing touches for putting it together. World premiere. A world premiere video. I can't wait. Here it is. 74-64. Let's go. Knicks trail. But they have the possession here. We got defense. We had a little kid screaming defense. I like that. Let's go. He's invested. The one Brooklyn Net fan in the whole arena. Go figure. All right, here we go. Shamit actually is Cameron Payne. Achua. McBride rises for 3. McBride hits the 3 ball. Knicks down by 7. Good ball movement and great execution there for Miles McBride. The deuce is loose with the 3 ball. 74-67. The magical number, 2 points away from the magical number. Euro. Oh, look at that. Misses. Back tap. Too much back tap. Here's a 3 ball for Brooklyn. In and out. Achua picks up the rebound. Achua will bring it up. Precious again, going coast to coast off the glass, no good. Shaman had a piece of it, but Brooklyn comes up with the ball. Euro. And that's offensive foul. That's Cameron Payne. And he sniffed his finger. There you go. He says, he took a sniff. There you go. That's a sniff of defense. Oh, it's a challenge. Why challenge? Is that Monica Lewinsky in the front row there? $67-74. We got a challenge here. Final challenge for the Brooklyn Nets. They're challenging here the offensive foul. We'll see what the call is as the referees will go on the headset, see what they're going to call it, and see the replays. All right, they got how wise are you? Let's see. That's the best potato chips. All right, we got what you call it? Bow-legged host. We got some cheese doodles and some original wise. That's the best potato chips. If you grew up, I grew up eating cheese doodles and mellow yellow and honey buns and what you call it, candy bars. Yeah, that's why I'm nice and round. Thanks to my grandfather and my aunts. Huh? Hey, we're talking about Snow White earlier. Magical creatures, the seven dwarfs, isn't that? Yeah, the seven dwarfs. But they go magical creatures now. They're not dwarfs anymore. Ah, who painted the Mona Lisa? Leonardo da Vinci. That's a little kid question. That's all. That's why they're softball questions. Yeah, you go, Leonardo da Vinci. Not DiCaprio. Shrek compared himself to what? Onions. Okay, he compared himself to onions. He got some big onions there, Shrek. How many sides does a hexagon have? Hexagon, 6. She's smart. She's smart. She's at 6. No problem. Little girl is intelligent. The biggest state of the United States, isn't that California? Oh, Alaska is. Look at that. She's smarter than me. I didn't even see Alaska there. And look at that guy. He's eating some rich sour cream chips. There you go. He's stuffing it. He's not even giving his kid. He's eating his kid's potato chips. Yeah, give it to little boy. He's hungry. Come on. Don't be a hog. You pig. All right, so I didn't hear the referees because the guy was eating his son's potato chips. Come on. Unsuccessful challenge. Unsuccessful challenge. Jalen Brunson sitting there with his condom on his head. All right, next ball. 67-74. We just need him to hit it. Let's go. Come on, Knicks. Get that magical number. Let's go. Here's Cameron Payne driving to the basket. Oh, so close, yet so far. Like a lot of you guys here. Martin misses. Martin think he's out there being Zach LaVine. Look at Cameron Payne. Oh, in the corner. PJ Tucker is good. So if we're not going to have the magical number this regular season, it's 70-74. Come on. But I'll take the 3 ball. And you were all looking forward for the happy ending. Oh, that's come on. I don't like these alley oops there. That's too easy. Too easy. Too easy. I'm good, man. Watching. All right, here we go. McBride in the corner. Another 3 from Tucker. Tucker misses that one, though, but gets his own rebound now. Tucker now kicks it over the sidewinder. Cameron Payne for 3. No good. And he misses the 3 ball. Cameron Payne has to hit that 3 ball more consistent. He needs to be more consistent shooting that ball, like Shaman has raised his game and been more consistent with that 3-point shooting. As the Knicks get the ball back, down by 6 here with 6:09 in the third. A nice give. Oh, that was a terrible pass there from Cameron Payne. Either you give him the pass or don't. And transition three hurts the Knicks. That's a 9-point swing. Easy. Now Cameron Payne switched to three. No good. He has not been consistent from the three ball from Cameron Payne. It makes me wonder if his rotation minutes. Tom Thibodeau is going to have to really think about if he's going to play the Cameron Payne in the postseason because the 3-point shooting has been atrocious down the stretch. Does he bring him or does he put Delon Wright, where he could give you some defense and when open could hit the three ball? You gotta be considerate. He has to have consideration the amount of minutes of Cameron Payne. He has not been improved. He has not been impressive to close out the regular season compared to a Larry Shamit and even a DeLon Wright, what he showed you. D. Ross is back in the building. There's a technical foul there, 79-71. Knicks down by 8, 5:32 here in the third. Final game of the regular season before we get into the playoff gear. And of course, if you're a Knicks fan, we are letting you know the train will be leaving the station. So all you Knicks bandwagoners, jump on the train for this playoff run. If you're not part of the Knicks, don't jump on the train. Get the hell off the train because we want real Knicks fans to jump on the bandwagon and jump on and ride this Knicks playoff run, regardless of how far this destination is. If it's a short train ride or a long one, we're in it. All balls to the wall. And if you don't have the stomach, the testicle fortitude, or the stones, please, you're more than welcome to get off the Knick train bandwagon or jump. Don't even come on the Knick bandwagon when it leaves the playoff station. So that's why we want to. That's a public service announcement here from the Sports Jedi. Let's go. We got a little blood there. That's Tom Thibodeau now playing Nurse Betty. They're gonna put some super soldier serum in that arm, man. We need Cameron Payne to turn into Captain America over here. Have some of that super serum soldier because he right now, woof, he's playing like Steve Rogers pre super serum soldier. Terrible. Knicks and Lakers in the finals. D. Ross likes that. I'll sign up for it. I'll sign up for it right now. Both three seeds. Both three seeds from each perspective. What a bank shot there. Super Soldier Serum. There you go. Argo likes that one. As you can see, Captain America in the background. If you look at my shirt, Vernon is in the building. Good afternoon, Mr. Vernon behind us. Salute to you. What's up, Vernon? Good to see you on this Sunday, final game of the regular season. Hope you're doing well, man. Don't worry, man. We got postseason basketball. We understood chores and Sunday church and all that good stuff. Taking out the garbage, cleaning the gutters, cutting the grass, doing all that stuff on a Sunday afternoon. Buying some groceries, getting for the work week. We understand. Early start. Mimosa Sundays. Let's go. 79-73. McBride to the line. McBride under 5 minutes, and McBride hits the free throw. Off the road and Park. There you go. There you go. Park. There you go. Good job. Tucker, 21 minutes. Got 4 fouls, though. A lot of fouls there. We got to see we're getting Pacon Daddier. We got McCullough in the game. We got not a lot of starters here. Only no other starters are out. Just Bridges played what 6 seconds out to keep that streak alive. So 79-75 here. Already the Knicks already clinched the 3 seed. They will be hosting the Detroit Pistons with the date to be determined. And that should be a backcourt. Backcourt violation. Pistons tried to get tough with Giannis, and the Bucks got Giannis just laughed. There you go. You see that? All right, here's McBride now. Knicks down by 4 with the possession here. They could cut it to 2 or even down to 3. Here's a drive. Cameron Payne with a floater. Love it. Down Knicks down by 2, 79-77, 4:24 in the third. Beautiful floater. That's something that the Knicks missed there. A lot of the floater action since quickly is gone. That was a staple there. The floater with the Mitchell Robinson offensive rebound opportunities there. And oh, nice defense there. McCullough with a nice defensive play. Now here's McBride. McBride now in the corner. Knicks got a little energy there from McCullough's block. Here's Sidewinder for 3. Cameron Payne hits it from downtown. Knicks take the 1-point lead. We were talking about his 3-point shooting has been atrocious. And maybe that super serum soldier is helping out Cameron Payne there because he hits the 3 ball. Nice. There we go. Roll that dice, pal. There we go. Brooklyn. Oh, it's offensive foul. As the gym teacher commits an offensive foul. Teme from South Park commits the offensive charge. Teme. Hey. I don't want to call them backcourt, man. Oof. That's a rough one, man. Is that sponsored by Pornhub or what? Clyde. Oof. Pivot. All this time, Kev, I was realizing you're talking about Payne and you said Sidewinder. Yeah, that's Vernon. I can't get that credit on that. I can't get credit, Argo. That's all Mr. Vernon. He gave him that nickname Sidewinder, and I'm just copy and pasting. That's all him. I can't take credit. I'm sorry. I'll be doing an injustice. That's all Mr. Vernon. Vernon B. Haglin called him Sidewinder, and it hit. Yes, you got to give him all the credit, all the champagne. All the toast goes to Mr. Vernon B. Haglin with the Sidewinder. And of course, nice pass. Look at this, Shamit. Look at that super serum soldier. Got him seeing court vision for Cameron Payne. 83-79. Shamit with 22 points. He's got it. He's got Shamit tonight. Oh, here comes Teme. Teme. Look at this now, driving. Brooklyn stops. That's a traveling. That traveling was brought to you by Soul Plane. When you want to travel, you move, shuffle your feet. Knicks looking to add to the lead and close out the quarter strong. Here's a Tua. Oh, pressure the Tua with the finger roll. He finger rolled that baby. Let's go. 85-79, the Lion Tamer. In preseason, he was spy versus spy. You know what? He does look like that too. He does. Huh. 2:43 here in the third. Knicks 85-79. So the Knicks putting it on here. Coming alive. After that cut and some super serum soldier into Cameron Payne. He's bringing joy and pain and sunshine. Let's go. All right, here comes Teme. Teme with the ball. Passes. Here's a pass. There's 3. No good. Rebound by McBride. Oh, look at McCullough. McCullough going strong. McCullough puts it up, but he got fouled. He will go to the line. All right. This is Cameron Grimes without the pimple acne around his face. This is the clone of Cameron Grimes. The Nets are playing defense like the Knicks did the second half of the Cavaliers game. Oh my goodness. That's a Cameron Grimes 2.0. There you go. 86. 6'6", 210 pounds, 23 years old, from Texas Tech, Kansas. Got it. 87-79, McCullough Jr. Here's a drive. Oh, that's a trap. Oh, a foul. I thought it was a little bit of a travel there. It's 87-79. Knicks with an 8-point lead, but Brooklyn to the line. Brooklyn to the line. Etienne hits the first. Okay. 7-point Nick lead. Has another free throw coming up. What do you got here going on here? She looks bored out of her mind. She's like, I gotta go. I gotta sit next to this guy. He's got good credit and breath stinks. All right. It's a 6-point Nick lead. You think Tibbs may add one of these other guys than Wright to the playoff roster? Nah, Argo. He's too stubborn. I don't know. I think he's gonna go out. He knows he's on thin ice. He's just gonna go out the way he knows how to coach, and it is what it is. I wish Tom Thibodeau would change a little bit of his coaching philosophy, like Tom Coughlin did for the New York Giants, and you know what happened with the Giants twice. Kind of wish. You know what? Thibodeau and Coughlin has something eerie similar with it. They're going to go unappreciative as coaches, but the one difference is Coughlin has won a title where Coach Thibodeau, I don't know if he can or will, might run out of time. We'll love him to change just a little bit of his moniker. Maybe he might, dare I say, at least make the NBA Finals. But Precious hits a free throw, big free throw there by Precious. Just bring up Moses Brown. I think it's too late in the season on Vernon. If they, it's the last game of the season. If they were going to make Moses Brown, they would have brought him for this game and showed us something, But I think that's not going to happen until Summer League. If he's going to ooh and wow us on Summer League, and we're like, damn, why did the Knicks didn't? They had him there and they didn't play him. 89-81. Knicks up by 8. As 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And then, the Knicks were trailing by 10 as they aired Timmy with the ball. Timmy. I just had a vision of Thibodeau after retiring from coaching. Says to himself, I should have played young players. I mean, it is a young man's league. There's a chore now. You're a chore fumbling, and there is a offensive foul. It's Timmy. Timmy picked up a charge. I get the referee felt sorry for him. We stopped little bro 10 points. Now it's time to work. It's Teme from Gungaga. I haven't heard Candy Shop in a long time. That's Timmy from South Park. Yeah, there you go, Argo. I'm glad you got the reference. Here's a 3-pointer from the corner. No good. Rebound by Achua. Achua now. Travel. Precious Achua wants to get on that soul plane with the traveling. Ooh, careful there. Clyde wants him to bend over. Ooh, yeah, buddy. I know you gotta. I know you're Mr. Faz, Mr. Swagger, Clyde the Glide, but he wants to glide right into Chua. Telling him to bend over. Careful there, pal. There's Teme. There's Teme. Teme spins. Teme misses. McCullough with the rebound. Here's Shamit. Transition 3. No Diddy, Clyde. There you go. Exactly. Here's a Euro. Kicks it into the corner. Kicks back. Whitehead. No good. Comes out as a blackhead. Here comes the Knicks the other way. Kicks it out. Payne thought about it. Now sidestep. Here's a sidewinder. Shoots, and that hits a brick in the side of the rim. So we need to attack the basket. Attack, attack, attack. I like our transition defense, yes. But we need, I don't like our transition offense. All right, just under a minute here. 30 seconds. Just over 30 seconds. Johnson can't hit. McBride with the rebound. McBride being the general, slowing things down a little bit here. McBride. Knicks with an 8-point lead, excuse me. Slowing the thing here. We got about 6 different seconds between shot clock and game clock. before we get into the fourth quarter of the final game of the regular season. Now McBride steps in for three. Deuce McBride, that's a long rebound, and rebound here by Timmy. We'll give it to Johnson. Johnson now puts it push, and there is a foul on a transition defense, and he's not shaking up. He's fixing his hair. He's fixing his braid, his ponytail. Huh? As the English player. Oh, that's the guy with the bags under his eyes. He's fixing his ponytail. Yeah. Hits the first free throw here. Kid is smart, but not smart enough to be playing for the Brooklyn Nets. 89-83. All right, they're going to inbound here. They'll inbound the ball, and that's it. We go to the fourth quarter, final quarter of the regular season. 89-83. Knicks up. As we got the final 12 minutes of the regular season before it becomes postseason, and we say and put a bow on the 2024-25 regular season of the watch along here on the Sports Jedi Network Playback YouTube channel, Rumba X. Our fourth year has been a great, fun NBA season, regular season. I'm going to say that again at the end of the broadcast, but here for it's been fun. Quasimodo, ring the bell of dooms. Yes, I missed that. I missed putting that there on the YouTube, on the StreamYard app that I used to use, but a playback doesn't allow that. But hey, we know that he will ring it. Again, God bless this little girl. She got pizzazz. She's got an it factor. She's a little girl that's hosting for the Brooklyn Nets, doing a good job. And here you go, Brooklyn Net Kids Dance. They do a good job. New York has talent. New York has a lot of talent. That's why I get mad when they cut the arts program in New York City with music, theater. Oh, there's no money for that. Bullshit. If you got money to give for other stuff, and I'm not trying to get into a political rant, you could find money to provide these kids with arts, music, with instruments, music, and just them expressing with on a canvas. They don't need to buy a spray can and graffiti on the walls. They could express their art on a canvas on in school and their talents as well as the music and as well as other forms of arts. I wish New York City will cut the bullshit with all the congestion price taxes that they have, money that we don't know where the hell goes, and put it into those type of deals for the kids in all different areas, not just the upper class or the people that have money to students, also in the places where it's poverty stricken, where parents have to worry about keeping their rent, their mortgage, their rent, their lights on, or food. Provide them with it where there's talented kids that could tell a story through their music, through their art. To they don't have to be in poverty because they with their struggles they could express it on a note, on a musical note, on a gift, on a talent. So I wish they would do that. I wish they would cut the crap and what a political crap, not just in New York City, but all across this nation, where the money should go into arts and definitely, so many talented. I never played a music, Argo. I never played a music instrument. I love music. I'm not gifted in no music. I can't sing. I don't know how to play. I was never taught to play an instrument because of the economic situation. Back then, I grew up in Throsneck, where when I was growing up in my generation, they used to ask your parents' income. It was slow because if you qualify for free lunch, I think it was bullshit. I think it was to see what group of kids you were gonna go into study. Because when my parents did well, I was in a high group of class, and then my parents went through some hard time. Then I was all of a sudden in a lower class because lower grade of class year to year. So yeah, don't get me started with that. I'm not even going to get into that rant, but yeah, that's New York City education. They got to cut the crap. There's a lot of talented kids out there that instead, and then they wonder why their crime rate is up and why they're out in the street lost. Well, take away some of their arts and programs. It's a pigeonhole system. Yeah, I remember. I say this at least growing up in the 80s to the 90s, growing up in the 80s, 90s. I thank God for Fort Apache in the Bronx. Seriously, Fort Apache in the Bronx. Um, was able for me to go to do karate, go when it was a free. It was $5 a class, $5 a year month, or it was free. Then it was $5 a month for the, and they had the boxing where the Golden Gloves there, down there in Fox, 167th Street in the Bronx, for the patch in the Bronx was great. A lot of young kids after school program. Either they were in our sensei's karate classes or in the boxing. If they wanted to learn the art of boxing with the Golden Gloves, that was there. And then funds got cut off. Dinkins, I remember Dinkins organization, and Giuliani cut, and all that stuff. But it went away. But I wish they would bring that, recreational sports, and the PAL was a big thing in the league. Now PAL is being, it's like what's that called? AAU now. That's expensive. If you have a kid in AAU, that's expensive. Little league is expensive. Before that was funded. That, the baseball leagues, little leagues were funded by a lot of the city, the PAL, all the other organization, the YMCA. But now you got to have a mortgage. You got a mortgage. I have a cousin-in-law that he plays good baseball, and their parents are traveling. They got to get an RV. They got to do this. They got to stay in a hotel because they got travel league. They got to do all this other garbage, all that stuff. That's a cost of money. They got to miss work. It's too much. Too much. It's getting. Yes, I understand because the risk, the high. You invest because the rewards is if your kid makes a contract, you become instant millionaires. You generation changing money. But what happened to the fun of the fun and the experience of playing team sports, of playing team sports, and playing, getting to know and work as a team, knowing that you're not the only one. You're to come together. I think that's the essence we lose as a nation, when it comes to working together. And I think that's why we have all the division. Everybody's a brand instead of a group. Yeah, they both had after school programs. No after school programs. I believe in New York doesn't have that. My kids are out of the school system now for over more than 10 years now. So I don't know, so yeah, I remember I used to be after school program. Mayor Koch school programs, and then they suck it up, surplus after re-election. Yeah, you're right, Vernon. You're right. You're right. I used to stay after school program. Look, I had an action packed middle school. At middle school time, I would stay after school program until 5 o'clock. Then my father will pick me up, and then drive me off to karate until 8 o'clock. So I'm from 5:30, 6 o'clock to 8 in karate. Then of course help him in his bodega until he closed until 10:30, 11. Then get up in homework while I was at the bodega. Then get up, go to school, do it again Monday through Friday. But you know what that showed me? Work ethic. That shows me the work ethic because you know why? I tell you from my personal experience. I get up at 3:30 in the morning, go to work, come back here, prepare the streams, prepare the watch alongs, not just mine, all the other people's streams, content creating and all that stuff because I multitask. I learned how to do that when I was a kid, doing all the different things, karate, after school program, keeping my grades as that was a 3-pointer by call like the Knicks extend 89, 98, 89. Those are the things that separates. That's what mold you as a kid. And I think we lose that essence because everybody here's a video game. Put your head in the sand, literally, or head into a video game and not do these things. That we lose those essence, the responsibility, the chores, the all those little things shape us. At the moment, it kind of sucks when you're a kid. Why am I gonna do this? But then now, looking at it now, at my age, I'm glad I went through that. It helped me. It helped me get the responsibility that I am now. It's great. It's funny you don't get to see it's like a tree. When you plant it, you don't get to root or you don't benefit the fruit for years later after the tree matures and gives you the right fruits when you plant the seed and it gets lost in our society these days. All right, we got a nice time out here. All right, here we go. And Argo says Scott Shamit and night centers. Yeah, you know what, Vernon? Night centers as well. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I remember there was a few of them and night centers there, and Drosnick had one. There you go, Mama. You also had Fort Apache in the Bronx had some night centers. You also had Kips Bay in I'm talking about in the Bronx. St. Mary's Park, St. Mary's had as well. If you're in the Bronx, there at least the ones I knew about that I was aware of. I'm pretty sure all across the 5 boroughs had those night parks on all those different things as well. It's common sense to see these programs held mold young people in positive. Yes, yes, indeed, indeed. And help, absolutely. It helps the kids. Listen, parents go through a lot of different things, struggle financially, divorce, um drug abuse, spouse abuse, sex abuse, all that different stuff. And you have these programs where kids could get an escape. It helps. They could channel their frustration, their escape, through that. But now they just want everybody stuck in a video game, not in a fantasy reality, and you lose that expression of communicating with human beings because you're behind a keyboard, you're behind a video game, and there is no there is no communication or interaction with human beings in real life. When you become introvert or instead of extrovert, and you become, yeah, you're like, ugh, it's not good. And that's where division comes in. And then you have a lot of division because you're a loner. You're not together. You don't have a support system, good friends to conversate and have that conversation. Like you said, lean on me. You know what, I'm going through something. You know what, I could help you. I could give you a word. You're by yourself. You don't trust anyone. So forth. So I mean, that's the generation. That's a generational thing, guys. That's a generational thing. Sucks seeing how it changes. I know that social media is changed. When we were kids, we didn't have that. We would go outside. We would make friends outside with different people and know different people and meet certain people, and we lose that essence. All right, here we go. 89, Knicks up, and Timmy misses that one. That's why I say this time and time again. I never regret, or I don't say my childhood was bad. Regardless of, it wasn't great. It wasn't in the South Bronx. Things happen, life, whatever. But I'm gonna, you know what? That's what made me today where I'm at. I won't trade my childhood. It was okay. It could have been better. Yes, it wasn't perfect, but it was still some good stuff there. Good block there. But right there, the line right. But we had a shot clock violation. Good defense by the Brooklyn Nets. Waffering everywhere there. Brooklyn with the ball. Oh, almost turned the ball over. Here's McCullough playing some defense there. Wofford kicks it, and good hands by DeLon Righty as he kicks out of bounds. 7 on the shot clock. Brooklyn would inbound it underneath the basket. Where is Brunson and Hart? Are they filming a new episode of Roommates? No, they're sitting. They were purposely not gonna play today, Argo. They purposely, none of the starters played except for Mikal Bridges for 6 seconds. But this was a deep bench team. The Knicks didn't want the Knicks have no reason of winning this game or try or play their starters to win it. If they lose it, nothing's going to change in seeding. They'll still be hosting the Pistons. It's just a 51 game. It's just for record wise. Here's a 3 for Shamit. Shamit misses. One of the rare misses for Larry Shamit. Wilson now. Euro. Laura kicks it out to Teme in the corner. Teme! No good. And that good rebound there by Brooklyn. That should have been a shot that the Wilson should have went to the basket with. Here's Johnson. He loses the ball. Timmy went with a baseball slide right to DeLon Wright. He's safe. Here's Timmy. I sham it for 3. And that's one of the rare misses. But McCullough was there. No, McCullough lost it. Timmy with the slide. Another baseball slide for Timmy. He's getting some rub burns. He's getting some court burns. He's got all season to heal up. And there's a foul. I know that they're not playing. Are they on the bench or off? No, I saw Brunson. Brunson has that brown condom hat on that looks like a condom on his head. He's there. I haven't seen Hart though. Hart's probably off somewhere drinking some breast milk or something. Steve felt like growing up in the 60s and the 70s, there were gyms open, local schools where we could play basketball at night, keep you off the streets and away from the drugs. That's right, Steven. That's what it was. They don't have that no more. They don't have those leagues. They don't have that. They don't have that funding. They all say it's about money and no funding. And also one thing that goes off to not mention, some of these coaches that were in these youth leagues, they don't do background checks. There was a lot of perverts and predators there as well. Maybe they're worried about that as well. But damn, you gotta that's where you need supervision. You gotta keep an eye and see and get parents involved. If the it sucks because you get a lot of it's all a societal thing because if the parents are divorced and they're separated and a lot of single moms, There is no male figure and you can't ask the father of some of these kids to be a coach where they're not around. It sucks. It's a whole vicious cycle of different things, circumstances that where it gets frustrated. Iron Man, courtesy for Bridges. Yeah, it was an Iron Man courtesy. Mhm. It's like Mikal Bridges did a Spider-Man, Iron Man and Spider-Man cameo, and he left. Teme got fouled. Teme, we need a Cartman. Man, imagine a team with Teme, Boner, Grady Dick, Bruce Brown. Oh my God, this is they would have. What are we doing here? There he is. That's Brunson with the condom hat. There it is with the brown. Oh, Knicks are going to challenge here. All right. Damn, Tucker is as tall as Brunson. That's why I wasn't a big fan of Tucker because he doesn't bring height, but he's tough though. He's a tough son of a bitch though. He's an anvil out there. Him and Hart are the new Hart Foundation. Oh, we got a challenge here. That Snapchat is still around. I never got into Snapchat. Loose condom. There you go. What the hell is that? Yeah, put that on little kids. Come on. There you go. That looks cool. Put no flowers on those kids. Get the glasses on the boys. Come on. Come on, Brooklyn. Be better than that. That's her on a Saturday night to her boyfriend. He's it's called a rim job in these days. Hey, it's Claudette Dirt. Hey now. Now those are face that yeah, they need a facial. Technology is surely advanced. I remember my first beeper. Oh my God, yes. The beeper that used to tell you the sports scores. There it is. Hey, Mick Jagger's in the building. Okay, that's in Madison Square Garden, pal. Who's in the house? Nobody, no celebrities go to this arena. Little Richie. It's a successful challenge. It's successful. Successful. Delon Wright ain't gonna get that call, man. He's Delon Wright. He's not gonna get that call, even if it was Timmy. Could have been Timmy. It could have been Cartman. It could have been Kyle. It wasn't gonna get that call. The referee's laughing about that. He was funny. He told them you'd actually get paid for this call to make those calls. Found it funny. It must have been funny because the chick in the back is laughing too. She got a grin. Yeah, that Tom Thibodeau lads a grin. Must have been his daughter. Ball don't lie. He misses the free throw as the bum chap gets the rebound. We'll get it over here to Tyler Kolek. There we go. Kolek in the game. I waited for 7:22 to bring him back here in the fourth quarter, who has some impact there earlier in the second quarter. It's the last game of the season. Play the damn kid. What are you holding him back for? It's like a guy. He's not a banana. He's gonna rot if you don't. If overripe if you don't use. If you don't. Come on, let's go. We get Kolak for 3. Ah, misses that one. Oh, here we go. He's I'm gonna pull him from the. He's gonna pull him already. Martin misses that one. Teme kept it alive too. Bump chap. Look at bump chap. Look at bump chap. McCullough. This is a preseason feel here in the last game of the season now. 6 minute mark here. 6 minutes, point 6.5. Oh, nice cut there to DeLon Wright. DeLon Wright says, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to get those layups. I'm DeLon Wright. Here's Kolak for 3. Nah, misses. He had to put up that grenade. Here's Wofford. Wofford dancing. Wofford bump and gets it. So 13 points for Wofford. Timeout now. Tom Thibodeau don't like it. He's going to pull Kolak out. He's going to blame it all on Kolak not shooting the 3. 4 points. Tony's frustrated. You see Kolak. If he pulls Kolak, he's a douche. Yo, Wofford's birthmark looks like the state of California. I guess Barkley is great that they have the arena there, but I figured it lost his luster. It lost its luster. Barkley, when it was coming up, I'm not gonna lie, when it first opened, I'm like, damn, the Garden might feel antiquated and might be antiquated and obsolete. And just like that, nothing beats the Garden. They try with the boxing, they try with wrestling, they try with all that. It's just not. It's not the Garden. It doesn't have the Garden. Nothing wrong with a classic. But I'm not gonna lie. The first few years, I was a little concerned. Mikhail Prokhorov before selling, I was like, "Damn, the Knicks got something." You know what? The Garden in New York City got an issue. They let Brooklyn. They let the Nets relocate back in here, and they had the Islanders playing there. That was a terrible arena for hockey. I was like, and then they had all these events happening in Barclay. I was like, Madison Square Garden might look old and antiquated, and that grouch, and Dornan was a grouch with that reputation. But no, at the end of the day, the world's most famous arena is still Madison Square Garden. Here's Cameron Payne now. He's back in for Kolak. He pulled Kolak. He son of a bitch did pull Kolak out. And Orlon Wright gets a foul. And he gets a 3-point play. Wow, really? He really gonna punish Kolak. Really? That was not cool. And Tony, you see that, Tony? Are you wow? All right, halfway through this fourth quarter, halfway, I know 6 minutes left in the NBA regular season. A 7-point Nick lead. Excuse me. Look at Wofford. Wofford now. Wofford. And Wofford. Yeah, that's it. He's gonna sit until next season unless the Knicks have a 20-point win, a 20-point outburst up by 20. We'll see Kolak back. But see, get ready for 2026, 25-26 season, kid. Your season or training or summer league. Not bad. Wofford, you can't challenge. You don't got no more challenge, pal. No more challenge, pals. 101.96 here, 526 here. We're just going having a Sunday afternoon watch along here before we get into the postseason and before the playoff train leaves the station. And we're asking you to get your tickets, get your Metro Pass, your Easy Pass, your tokens, all that good shit. before you get on the Knicks bandwagon or train to the postseason. If you don't have the stomach, if you have bubble guts of this team, don't jump on the train because we're not stopping, and we don't want you to be shitting yourself all over the train when the Knicks go on this playoff run. So make sure you get acclimated. If you're going to join us, if you're going to be part of our Knicks run, let's go. You jerking Kolak kept talking about him doing that, and he's got tired of saying that, and he did it. Oh my God, Jody! I hope I didn't speak it to existence. We don't want we want Kolak to succeed. I want Kolak. We want that. Wofford. Kolak work on his jump shot this summer. Yeah. Yeah. And also he's got a feel for the game now. He feels for the NBA game. He knows the contact, the physicality. I think he's gonna work hard and improve. Nice move there on my color. Switching hands. He went after Timmy. 105.98. Payne had an open man and he gunned it. That's the difference between Cameron Payne and Tyler Kolak. Here's Wilson. Wilson working on PJ Tucker. Here's Timmy. Timmy using his height over Cameron Payne. 5-point Nick lead, 4:30 mark. As DeLon Wright will bring the ball up here. All right, Johnson. Here's Shamit. DeLon Wright. Tucker caught the ball. Surprise. Wasn't ready. Floater. No good. That was short. Oh, my goodness. That's alligator on that one. Here's Wilson. Damn, a whole year he was out of the league? You really? That's a 3 ball. Just like that, Knicks up by 2. Damn, Tucker was up. You couldn't get anyone else. I know Tucker brings that intangible, but he hasn't played for a full NBA year. Look at Mo Cheeks. Look at Mo Cheeks playing with his gum and talking to that other guy. That's all he does all game. Boy, they don't give out. Oh, yeah, they are giving out T-shirts right now. Not a lot, but they're giving out a couple T-shirts. To say no T-shirt give out? Is this a choke on again? I don't know. It's more of a gag. Jody Fernandez is running a play. Look at the coaches standing around and looking at the plays, except for that one guy that's checking his Oni's account. Or but everyone else. See all the coaches engaged. Look at it. They're looking to see the plays calling. Um, the whole week without going out to Montauk, Long Island. Oh, a whole week without basketball, going to Montauk, Long Island. Oh, Montauk. Great fishing, D. Ross. Great fishing in Montauk. Great fishing. I've got some great stories. I'm going Montauk fishing. Yeah, great fishing. Some porgies, striped bass. Yeah, some hunchback porgies out there. Oof. Great fishing out there. Great fishing. Right now it's a fluke season, so there's some good fluke if I'm, my mind correct me. Yeah, Father's Day fishing. There you go. Love it. Look, if you see behind me, I've got a bunch of fishing poles there, and I got more fishing poles in front of me. But everything costs money. So I'm mad to do streaming. I haven't been fishing since the pandemic. It's gonna be 4 years since I started the channel. I haven't really gone. I used to go fishing before I got on stream. I used to go fishing every weekend, every week, every other week, every weekend. Sometimes Friday nights, Friday to Saturday morning, 24-hour fishing on Tampa Bay Pier. You could bring your car and park on the bridge, Skyway Bridge, and fish. Both, or a little bit of everything. My partner will have a boat. We'll go on his boat. If not, we'll fish on the Skyway Bridge in Tampa. The famous you'll see that if you ever watch the Yankee game. They'll talk about the Skyway Bridge. There's a pier, a bridge. They used to be the old bridge, and they made that into a fishing. You pay $5, and you could drive your car on there and just open up your trunk right there and fish. It's like it was like a highway, but it's for fishing. And they have a bait stop, a store, bathrooms. We fish overnight, and you catch all types of good fishes. You come home with a boatload of fishes, good stuff too, from Tampa, from the west on the west coast of Tampa. And soon, in about another 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, is red snapper season in Florida. Go on the boat. Oh, you come out some nice red snappers. They're delicious. They're delicious. But I know right now it's striped bass and fluke season up there in New York, if I'm not mistaken. If my memory corrects me, um, yeah, porgies are in the September, October time of year. Oh, I love the porgies. Oh my god, you do you get a sabiki ring. Get a nice sabiki ring if you go on the boat with some pork, and you do a nice one and put uh, clams. That's the hey boy. You get a boatload of porgies on the sabiki ring. You have like three. You could get if you depending how many hooks you have on your sabiki ring. Boy, you come up with they'll bite and you'll come up you'll feed some families with that bad boy. Or they call the blackfish with the crabs. Oof. When does a playoff start? See, I don't know yet. We don't know yet. To be determined because of the playing, Jody. So it might be Saturday for the Knicks. It looks like it's going to be probably Saturday game for the Knicks. Although I would in the perfect world, would love it to be Saturday at 3 o'clock because I could do that game and do WrestleMania and stand and deliver. But or Friday, I'll pass on the SmackDown. We'll see. Oh, it's a chore. Oh, Choa. I thought he got away with a little travel there, but hey, 109, 103. Knicks up by 6, 210. 18 points for Precious Achua. Vernon, what do you normally fish? What do you normally go for? Nice. I know the bluefish. You want to get some snappers, some live snappers to put on your bait to get the bluefish, or the what you call it, the what's that fish that's really oily. That they're really good for you to get for bluefish with. Um, Damn, what the name is that fish? Oh, yeah, I've been. It's been decades. Love porgies. Yeah, porgies are delicious. The bunker fish. You throw on a bunker, and you'll definitely grab some mean bluefish. Remember, cod. You got to put that. You got to have stainless steel line because the bluefish will cut your nylon easily. Oh, nice. But Achua gets it back. Achua, but good block there by Wofford. Knicks up by 4. Oh, that should be offensive foul. Yeah, it is. So where's Steven? Steven, you forgot the year the garden was totally refurbished in 2000. You're right. You're right. They had to do that refurbishing of the garden. It's driving Bream wild. McCullough, Ochoa, nice move, ball movement, but they got to hit the shot here. Is McCullough now? It's gonna for 3. Beautiful look, but air ball. But Delon Wright being Johnny on the spot. So that should be it. 111 to 105. I think that should wrap up this season for the Knicks. They will win 51 games here. It looks like it, barring a major monster collapse here. Wilson puts up the 3. No, that's an air ball. Achua. Yeah, that should do it. Looks like the Knicks will win the 51 games. So we get back-to-back 50-game season for the Knicks. 51. They're the 3rd seed here. Getting ready for the Pistons. Why did he call a timeout, Delon, right? Why? ¿Pa qué? Unless they're going to show us some more cheerleaders. Other than that, why? Good job by McCullough there. Look at Mo Cheeks staring into oblivion. He got no socks on. He's wearing shoes, sneakers with no socks. Come on. Yes, Pacon Daddy did play. Argo, he did. He played well. He played well. He had some good moments. Everyone that for the bench has some good moments. Everybody was a. I thought everybody played well. I didn't think anyone. Do we want to see more? Yes, I could agree. We could have. We would have liked to see more. The only one we didn't see a lot of playing time was Watson for some reason. Watson has size too. As a player that we wanted to see what the Knicks got. Watson, he has the height. He has height. He has length. I don't know why we didn't see Watson play for this team. That's the one I'm gonna raise my eyebrow on. For him this week. We don't know playoff this week. We don't know when. Sounds fishing. Saturday or Sunday. Yeah, I hope it. To be honest with you, I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope it's Sunday early. I hope it's a Sunday early game. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I got WrestleMania to close out. Selfishly, if I'm being selfish, I hope it's Sunday early game, 1 o'clock. Be honest with you. Oh, nice ball movement, and that should do it. 113 to 105, 24.1 seconds. That's an air ball. And they'll hold off here, and Chua will hold on to the basketball. And the regular season. Oh, wait a minute. No. Oh, I thought Cameron Payne was going to try to score. Don't add insult to injury. Hold the ball. McCullough. All right, the Knicks will win this one. 115 to 105, 113 to 105. Beautiful job for the Knicks. We know it is about going on this playoff run. They got to the second round, and as Knicks' expectation, we want to go to another level to the conference final. So what we'll see there. Happy Sunday, fun day, fellas. Salute to the chat. Salute everyone. Now, of course, the knockout below there. D-Ross put the glove to get the knockout. And then the Brunsons. There you go, the Brunsons there. Wofford, Brooklyn Nets. Mikal Bridges is the former net. As usual, appreciate everyone. Let me get the broadcast off, and we'll say good afternoon here to everyone joining us. Again, thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate everyone on the watch along for this regular season. It was great. Appreciate everyone that joined me, that came with us to the playback, that gave me the opportunity, that trusted that I would take this program to another level, showing the games, coming over to the playback. It's not easy. I know changes are hard for people. They don't want to do some changes. Hey, we all are guilty, scared of making changes and all that. But you guys were able to change and come with me on the playback. You guys were awesome. Appreciate you guys. YouTube. Appreciate you guys still follow me, still watch along. Wednesday we'll be doing the Knicks playoff preview. If you want to be part of the roundtable, I don't want to do it alone. I want folks to come and talk. Come and sit up and let's talk some Knicks basketball, roundtable discussion. Other folks do it. I'm looking for Knicks fans that want to come and have a conversation Wednesday with me on the. I think we're going to do it here on the playback, and we're going to distribute it on the different platforms that way. So like that, I think it's easier on that way. So definitely want us to join. I want everyone, whoever wants to be part, conversate, give you your thoughts on the playoffs. What do you do if you was a coach? What do you think the Knicks are going to do? How far they're going to go and all that good stuff. So with that said, guys, appreciate everyone. Have the rest of your Sunday afternoon fun, safe. Let's get ready for the work week, and let's go. Let's get ready for some playoff basketball, man. Let's go, Knicks. May the